Hi everybody, I'm Greg Fishel. Welcome to bonus weather video number 2 for this week. And today we're going to be looking at the European ensemble forecast for the upper level flow. And we're going to be under the influence of a ridge for the next 7 days, but the positioning of that ridge is going to be critical in terms of whether or not we end up with no rain at all, or whether or not we have our normal scattering of thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening. So let's go on ahead and get to it here. We'll start off with the flow pattern for this evening. Now, this is the big trough that brought us all the showers and thunderstorms and some severe weather last night and into the wee hours of the morning. And the trough axis is now east of us, okay? And if you remember that east of the trough axis is where you have all the upward motion, west of the trough axis you have sinking motion, which produces warming and drying, and so that's where we were today. Now, there was just enough moisture in the low levels and enough cool air aloft that we still had some isolated showers pop up, but nothing like yesterday nor will there be tonight. Okay, so now we move on ahead to tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. on Wednesday. And the trough axis is, even farther offshore. We're still in a northwesterly flow, and it's basically dry, so we should enjoy a mostly sunny day. And then on Thursday, we may have a couple of clouds around, but still a completely dry day as we continue to be under the influence of this ridge. And again, with the ridge to the west of us and the trough to the east, we're right in that area between them where you have lots and lots of sinking motion. Now, on Friday, we begin a transition from the ridge being to our west to the ridge being to our southeast. And so Friday is the first day I think we're going to have a chance of at least a few afternoon and evening thunderstorms. If you look real carefully here, there's a little dip in the lines right in here. And that is a short wave that is moving over top of this ridge and then beginning to turn the corner on the right side. So again, Friday, we'll probably see a few thunderstorms in the area. And then by the time we get to Saturday, notice how instead of this ridge being really strong out here and us having a northwesterly flow, now it's beginning to get into a position south of us, and eventually it'll be southeast of us, where the upper level flow starts to become more southwesterly, and that is generally a more moist flow. And so by the time we get to Sunday, again, we've got this southwesterly flow. The ridge axis is now in here instead of being out here. And so the next trough is in the nation's midsection. So now we're getting into an area where we're between the trough and the ridge. And even though it's not vigorous upward motion in this type of a pattern, it's at least overall more favorable for showers and thunderstorms to develop. And we see the same thing on Monday and the same thing on July 4th, okay? So not a huge trough like we've seen several times over the past few weeks, but just enough troughiness to our west and enough ridginess to our east to produce that typical North Carolina summertime pattern with the widely scattered afternoon and evening thunderstorms. And as I have mentioned ad nauseum, it is impossible to see or tell where those storms will pop up on any given day. Believe it or not, it can be something as subtle as a parking lot heating up quicker than the grassy areas around it. Anything that is going to create a circulation can be enough to make these isolated or widely scattered storms pop up. It could be that maybe the day before one area gets rain, and so their soil is wet, and the sun's energy goes into evaporating the soil moisture as opposed to heating the ground. And so they get it one day, but they miss out the next. But the area next to them that didn't get any rain, their soil heated up very effectively, and that day they get the thunderstorm activity. So all things like that are just too small scale to be able to make a forecast of advance. We can say that yes, the overall pattern favors scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening, but until they actually form, it's next to impossible to know where they're going to develop. So that's my, can't think of the word, my mea culpa or whatever for today. Whatever. All right, there are the credits, and that is the bonus weather video for today. Of course, the daily weather update is already out, and we'll have another daily weather update and another bonus weather video for you coming up tomorrow. Nothing going on in the tropics, so nothing to worry about there. All right, you all have a great Tuesday evening, folks, so we'll talk to you soon.